when I
Just
think,
say whatever you want, bro. Don't even worry about me.
alright, when I think of Malcolm, I think of ducks. Like when you see a mother duck and you see his tribe of followers, and even nowadays, I think they're still following. Hey, but that's a good one. It's community, you know. Wait, hang on.
Just do your thing. I love it. Then we'll
Are you
cut
gonna
back
put that
ducks
one?
The ducks is good. Let's see what.
And, oh, when I think of Malcolm, I think of you know community. How much he loves the community and the impact that he's shared. You can't look at me, man. This guy's putting me off, man. I'll, I'll look this way,
Yeah.
but I can't, man, because this guy's face is
Ruining
just
it.
ruining the seriousness of everything, man.
There you go.
Gee.
Talk to the pillow, bro.
Well, when I think of Malcolm, I think of like community and how much he's impacted a lot of young people, and yeah, he just everywhere you go with Malcolm, you kind of see how much he's actually invested in not just students in schools, but just a lot of people in the community, and they're just real passionate about God, and yeah, he still just has that real, um, that heart of gold to reach out and connect and share the gospel, and just has a lot of time for people, and yeah, he's also a great father-in-law. He's he's been a good role model for me as a father, and yeah, man, he's just an amazing man. Quack quack.
Put the ducks in, mate. Put the ducks in.
First of all, I just wanted to say how much that myself and my wife Rebecca and 4 kids, we just love Malcolm so much, and just such a genuine heart for God, patient guy, loving guy. I've watched him how he's loved Michelle, watched him how he's loved his 6 kids and all the other married kids come into the picture and grandchildren, and we talk often in chaplaincy and just about his kids and what they got up to, and the boys jumping on buses and things like that, and his reaction to that and his patience with that and his kindness. For me personally, as I've had friendship outside the high school with Malcolm, but also I've had 2 strong, significant seasons with Malcolm in the high school, which was really, really good. So the first season with Malcolm was in my 20s in high school, and we did a lot of great work together. And then he had left to go to Bremer, and then I'd continued on in the high school. And then I'd left the high school and done some other things at Redbank Plains High. And I remember distinctly talking to Malcolm at the Redbank Plaza years ago when he first went back into Redbank Plains High School. They asked him to go back there, and he said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm still pastoring and I'm still running the vet and I'm still doing all these things." He goes, "Well, you're doing any high school ministry?" I said, "Oh, it's a bit complicated. I had to leave the high school. There's some things that we had to work out with the high school, so we just left to let things cool over." And Malcolm was like, "Hey, you need to be back in with me." And I said, "Yeah, I know, I need to be back in with you." And I said, "Well, if you can make it happen, we'll go." And he goes, "Well, I need to be back in that school and I need you with me and I need a team, so I'll talk." And Malcolm had a big chat to the school board. He had a big chat to everybody in the school that he needed to, and said that some mistakes were made from both ends, but we've all learnt from them, and I need Shane back in the high school. And that was really good. And it really showed that Malcolm was all about people can make mistakes, people go through lots of seasons in their life, but he really believed in me and he believed in getting good people around him. And I still remember distinctly you and me, Brett, going in the high school and walking around and praying for people. And one really good story with Malcolm, I remember in the high school, there was a girl that she had a splint on her finger, Indigenous girl. And we walked up and we asked her, what did you do there? And she said, well, I've jarred it or cracked it or fractured it somewhere in the bone. And we said, well, let's pray for you. So we prayed. And then she said, well, do you want me to take it off? And we said, no, you do what you need to do. We're not going to tell you to do anything. She goes, I'll take it off. So she took it off and she started to bend her fist. And then she's like, wow, and words that obviously I can't say. But she said certain words to say that this is amazing. And all her friends came around and they were like, wow, this finger's healed, this finger's healed. So Malcolm and I did a lot of that. And I remember part of my journey for praying for a lot of people on the street in the high school, Malcolm and I would share a lot in the chaplaincy office about how we do that. And we'd almost have this like fun, encouraging competition with each other. Malcolm would tell me how he prayed for someone. And then I would go in the back of my mind, well, I need to go and see another miracle. And I'll tell Malcolm about it next week. So I'd tell Malcolm and then Malcolm would tell me another one. And we just seesaw miracles off each other all the time. So, but love his genuine heart, love his kindness, love his value for family, the local church. Watched how he's loved Michelle, watched how he's loved his children, watched how he accepts everyone, everywhere, every time, no matter what background they've gone through. There's no judgment there. Nothing's too hard for Malcolm. He's like listens. He's a very good listener. And then he prays about it. He says, let's pray. And then he encourages that person. And whether you see him in the high school or in his home or on the street, Malcolm is the same everywhere. Passionately loves God. He wants people to love Jesus. He wants people in church. And he wants a world where Christ reigns supreme everywhere. So, love you lots, Malcolm. Got all the time in the world for you. That's why I'm back again. And love seeing the generations that you've built with you and your wife coming through loving God. Love you heaps, buddy. From Beck, Shane and the kids.
How has Malcolm impacted your life? What do you think?
He's impacted my life a lot through the years, showing me the way as a teen, where to go, the right path to go. He's given me keep my faith up and everything, to the point now where I'm doing something I enjoy. I've gone from warehousing, dead-end job to being a support worker full time now. So, and it's something that I'm truly passionate about, for caring for people and helping them. And Malcolm has helped me with that from when I was a teen.
What about, even though Malcolm is in the position he is now, you can still see, I know for me, I still see a happy, vibrant, guy. And they say that character comes out when someone's under pressure, the true character. What about Malcolm as a person? What do you see when you look at Malcolm?
You can see he's always welcome with open arms. He's always happy, always down to help you when you need it.
Is there any moment in time that you can remember something that you just go, man, this was something I remember about even this house, or about Malcolm, just something?
One thing that I still remember from this day was the one time I came here for Bible study with Malcolm. I was struggling financially with rent. I was $700 behind on rent, and out of the blue, Malcolm volunteered and sent $700 into my account and paid for my rent, up to date again. I don't know, I've always want to repay that favor, but it's always something that sits in the back of my head, and always will. So
to be honest, this is all like the happy vibe that he brings to everyone. Just like he's always coming to you and you say, oh, how you been, all this, just like positive vibes. That's what I like about him. That's why
So good.
Yes.
What about like in the schools? Obviously Malcolm spent some time with some of the kids in schools.
Yeah, I remember those ones. Yeah.
Like, did you feel any judgment from Malcolm or anything?
No, not whatsoever. Like, to be honest, it was just 100% just happy. Just telling me how everything's good and how to be like a good person and all that. So
Yeah, so how would you encourage Malcolm? He's such an encourager, hey?
Yeah,
He's
he
always
is, he
been
is.
encouraging us. But
he
what
is.
would you say to Malcolm to encourage him?
I'll just I would just say to him like it's always good to be a good person. Stay who you are as a person that is and just be happy. Have you got all the positive people around you, and then all that just come together, and then you'll be fine. So what he told me, I'll tell him.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Goodness. What about this house? Do you have any memories
Oh.
of this house?
Memories. I've got so many memories here. There's so many. I remember some of the days you come here and then just playing cricket or whatever with all the toads and all that. It was fun. Mainly that, but just all the positivity of all the youth, and then Malcolm comes in. Just always greets you with happiness and tells you all the youth and all that stuff is spotter. I'll miss this place. I'll always hold in my heart. So yeah.
Done, bro. You smashed it.
Remember a lot of things with Malcolm. So when I was in high school, I seen him coming through as the school chaplaincy, and I don't know, it just felt like I needed to talk to someone at high school, and Malcolm was the guy to go to, and he just put a smile on my face and just put me in a straight direction, and so good fella, and yeah, there's a lot of things, even with the Bible studies, I was ashamed to talk to people in public at Thursday late nights, and he got me to talk to a lot of guys, and it built my confidence, and yeah, so that's really good.
What about, did you ever come to this house?
Yeah, we came here, I think it was dinner night.
Yeah, tell us about the dinner here. What do you remember?
I just remember having a 3-course menu, I think it was, that night, and the food was good. It was very different for me because I never had to do that when I was getting raised up with my parents, and yeah, so.
What about the spiritual food? Was that good too?
Yeah, that was good too.
What about if you could encourage? I know Malcolm always encouraged all of us. But what's something that you would want to say to Malcolm to say thanks? What would you? And what stands out to you? What would you be like?
I just thanks that I've met him in school years, and just appreciate everything he's done for me. He's been there through my down times and through good times as well. And yeah, he's just pretty much built my confidence and as a person. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I know he's still around, but what's some funny memories?
Back in the days, he used to come, talk to the boys. Just used to tell the boys, it's just, life is it's all about having fun and all that.
Yeah.
And then come in Wednesday, Fridays, the youth group.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Man, time flies, eh?
Yeah. What about you, man? When I first met you and Malcolm met you, we wouldn't have thought you'd be a bricklayer doing well. You were the wild lad, eh?
Yeah, but I was just, all of us were wild, eh? Everyone was just there to have fun. Just didn't think about the future later,
Yeah.
But yeah, then later time, life hits, eh? You just gotta get with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's because of people like you, Shane, and stuff, show the boys the way. But yeah, pretty.
Is there any anything that Malcolm has done for you guys that you remember and go, man, that spoke to me, or or something that's inspired you, or anything like that?
Just pretty much that time. He said just life is, keep your life in track and all that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much the last thing. And last time we saw him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's pretty much life is short. You just gotta get it together as soon as possible. So,
Is there any girls on the scene for you, man?
hey.
I think it's just the way that he's just so relaxed with life. Just with just himself and how he presents himself to his family, just so calm, and I think he's a man like doesn't have to say much. You just sort of respect his presence, like, you know. So I think for me, I love the way that he just sort of, I guess, is just so relaxed around his kids, you know. I think that's probably the biggest thing for me, like just, I guess, just seeing the passion he has for the youth and for his family. That's probably the biggest thing, like seeing that, and me being a part of a boxing club that deals with a lot of youth, just seeing the way that he deals with them and presents himself is sort of showing me to be observe a little bit more than rather open your mouth so much. So I just think just being around him, just with a man with less words and just more action, is what I've seen with Malcolm. Yeah. And he's also given me and Ashika some great advice over the years as well. Just with when we had a bit of a transition in our lives with our boxing. And he just showed, that I guess we just sort of had to focus on God, let him be the centre of everything for us. So, yeah.
That's great.